Russian leader Vladimir Putin has openly threatened the United States. The deconfliction between Russia and Israel started with the destruction of the munitions belonging to Russia by Israel. The Israeli army has launched a large-scale air operation against Russian-backed Hezbollah forces. The Israeli military's targeting of Russian-backed Hezbollah forces located within the borders of Syria has led to further deceleration of tensions between Russia and the United States. Russian government officials claim that Russian munitions were also targeted during this Israeli attack. The allegations that the Wagner mercenary company operating in Russia trained the Hamas militia became the beginning of tensions between Israel and Russia. According to Ukrainian intelligence statements, the Hamas militia underwent a wide-ranging training program at Wagner military training camps before the start of the war. When the images of Hamas drone attacks are watched, it can be clearly understood that these attacks are Wagner tactics. Hezbollah's allegations that Russian-made missiles were used in the airstrikes against Israel have caused tensions between the two countries to increase further. It is a well-known fact that the most used anti-tank missiles by Hezbollah are Russian-made Kornet missiles. As it is known, U.S. President Joe Biden has decided to increase the number of aircraft carriers in the eastern Mediterranean. In his latest statement, he said that they will send unprecedented military support to Israel until now. In response, Vladimir Putin said, MiG-31 aircraft carrying Kinjal missiles have begun patrolling the Black Sea. American aircraft carriers stationed in the Mediterranean are within range of Russia's Kinjal hypersonic missiles in the Black Sea. I'm not saying this as a threat, I'm saying this as information. Just a reminder. Shortly after this verbal altercation between the United States and Russia, the Israeli army carried out an airstrike on Hezbollah forces located within the borders of Syria. But the main interesting thing is that the ammunition and weapons destroyed in this attack belong to Russia. The Israeli army has targeted several areas along the Syrian border in order to prevent Hezbollah's airstrikes on Israel. Many areas belonging to Hezbollah forces, such as army buildings, military outposts, and training camps, are being hit by the Israeli army. However, it is said that a large number of Russian-made weapons and ammunition were destroyed at the police station belonging to the Hezbollah militia, which was heavily damaged in the latest Israeli airstrike. According to statements by Russian opposition officials, the main reason why tensions between Israel and Russia have risen so much is that Israel has made Russian munitions a target. However, the Russian government does not seem to be able to explain this, as it cannot officially provide any military support to Hezbollah forces. The Israeli army has to hit areas belonging to Hezbollah forces on the Syrian border. However, the fact that Russian weapons and ammunition are located in these military outposts does not concern Israel. It is a matter of great curiosity whether Israel, which is in a state of war, deliberately shot down Russian munitions. He had previously raised this issue in Turkey, which has been fighting a war within the borders of Syria for many years. The Turkish government, which stated that the organizations operating within the borders of Syria were armed by Russia, had experienced tension with Russia on this issue. However, the Russian government has denied Turkey's statements. It is a well-known fact that Russia provides military support to Syria. However, Russia is said to have sent artillery systems to Syria after the Israeli military recently carried out airstrikes on military airports in Damascus and Aleppo. Do you think this war between Israel and Hamas will lead to the start of a new Cold War between the United States and Russia? The Russian government has made a recent statement that they will send aid to Gaza. Now it has been announced that a Russian plane carrying 27 tons of humanitarian aid supplies for the population of the Gaza Strip has reached Egypt. It was stated that the cargo will be delivered to aid organizations located in Egypt for delivery to Gaza. The United States, on the other hand, announced that it was sending new armored vehicles for the Israeli army. In his latest statement, the Israeli defense minister sent a message that they will definitely launch a ground operation. We see Gaza from afar. We will soon see it from the inside, the Israeli minister said, adding that eliminating Hamas will not be easy and will take time. As it is known, it is believed that the reason for the U.S. sending an aircraft carrier to the eastern Mediterranean is due to Iran. The main task of these aircraft carriers sent in case of any attack by Iran on Israel is to prevent these attacks by Iran. The Pentagon administration is intimidating Iran with these Navy ships in the eastern Mediterranean. However, the most reaction to the U.S. sending an aircraft carrier to the eastern Mediterranean came from Turkey. Despite the fact that Turkey is a NATO country, it attracted quite a lot of attention that it reacted so harshly against the United States. Turkish President Erdogan has made moves against the United States, sending Turkish Navy ships near the eastern Mediterranean. What could be the main purpose of Erdogan, who expressed that they would hold a military exercise here? This deconfliction between Israel and Hamas has forced many countries to choose sides. European countries such as the United States, Great Britain, France, Germany are next to Israel, while Muslim and Arab countries are next to Palestine. For this reason, this war began to turn more into a Jewish-Muslim war. Speaking at the Arab Parliament, the Libyan delegate announced that they would transfer weapons from Libya to Gaza if the borders were opened, and expressed support for Hamas. On the other hand, the Egyptian president and the Jordanian king made a joint statement. The two, who canceled their meetings with U.S. President Joe Biden, met in Cairo. After their summit, the Egyptian president and the Jordanian king expressed their rejection of the forced displacement of Palestinians. The war between Israel and the Hamas militia is creating even greater decadence every day. The Qassam brigades carried out an attack on the Israeli city of Netivot. In response, the Israeli military launched airstrikes on the areas they targeted in Gaza. The Israeli army, which is fighting on 3 different fronts, also continues to hit Hezbollah forces in Syria and Lebanon. After allegations that Hezbollah would launch attacks on Israel through the Lebanese borders, the Israeli military began to increase security measures. The Israeli army, which evacuated a 4-kilometer area on the Lebanese border, has already sent armored vehicles and soldiers to the Lebanese border. With the increasing claims that a new war will break out between Israel and Lebanon, the U.S. Embassy has asked its citizens who are in Lebanon to leave the country immediately. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has also requested support from the UK ahead of the ground operation he will launch against Gaza. Netanyahu stated that the Gaza war will last a long time and Israel needs the support of the UK. During his speech, Netanyahu expressed that they would not back down, said that they would defeat Hamas and release the hostages. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said that the whole world must unite to eliminate Hamas, and that the war against Hamas is not only Israel's war, but the entire world's war.